everybody, it's Patty Rockstar Mom and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sort of trying to start a new habit of showing you guys more favorite products and more little small hauls. Today is a very small haul and also some of my favorite products from June. I have found this past month that I have been going to the same products over and over again and really liking them. So that's what I'll be showing you today. But let's start with the small haul. Now, many of you know that I'm on this L's Use It Up stash. Use It Up for 2016, I think was the title of that. Not really a tag, but using it up in 2016. Maybe it was a tag. But what we're trying to do is just use up all of our product that we have already. And I've certainly been doing that, and I'm making some good progress on it. Something else that many of you know is that I have gone cruelty-free. And rather than throw out all of my old stuff that is not cruelty-free, I've spent the money on it. The damage has been done. I want to try to use up as much of it as I can. So some of what you're going to see in my favorites this past month will be products that are not cruelty-free. But it's because I'm trying to use them up. But I'm also really investigating and looking at good cruelty-free products. We were in Memphis in May. And while we were there, one of my objectives was to go to the brand new Whole Foods. Everybody's been raving about it. They already had Whole Foods in Memphis, but this was a new one, two stories. I mean, and to be honest with you, I was not impressed at all, actually. But I wanted to go, not so much for all of the food, I wanted to go to look at their cosmetics, to see what I could find that was cruelty-free, possibly vegan, although I'm not a vegan, and just to try some new things that are cruelty-free. Sometimes those things we have to order online because they're not readily available in the stores, so we really don't know until we get them and feel them and touch them and sample them. So let me show you what I purchased, and I need to put my glasses on. Okay, the first thing, I bought two of these and I have not used them yet. I wanted to show them to you before I tried them, but they're called Instant Age Defying Face Mask, and they are by Andalou, and they're on cards like this, so it's individual uses. One is the Marula Oil and Purple Clay Face Mask. It's Instant Lift and Firm. And the other one is an Instant Age Defying Face Mask. It says 8 Berry Fruit Enzyme Face Mask. So I got those. Then I did buy a skincare product by Andalou. And I said this is by Andalou. This is not by, yeah, it is. It's by Andalou. It is the Deep Wrinkle Derma Filler. That's what the box looks like. This is the little tube. And I've used this a few times. I cannot tell any difference whatsoever with this. I've followed the directions. I've tried it using it other ways. I just can't tell that this is doing anything for me. We're going back. I saved my receipt on all of this, by the way, because we're going to be going back to Memphis in the before too long, so I will probably see if I can return it. I bought two foundations by Andalou also. They're the Mineral Fusion. Here's the box, or boxes. And what I did, because they had no testers on these. That's another thing. So I bought two so that hopefully either one would work, or I could possibly mix these. So I bought shade number 1 and shade number 2, and you can see that one is darker than the other one. I think there were 3 shades in this. It is liquid. Automatically, what I did not like about it is that it does not have any kind of a pump, and I do have some airless pumps that I can put this in and will, but I wanted to show it to you. It's messy because there's no pump, and it's just all around the screw-on part of that top, so it's super messy. But it says it's, let me look at this. Flawless full coverage, age-defying makeup, hypoallergenic, paraben-free. So, and we do know that Andalou is cruelty-free. So, I really do like both of these foundations. I have worn this one by itself, and I have worn this one by itself, and I've mixed them. For the summertime, the number 2 is going to be a much better color for me. This is what I have on today, and I really do like these, so highly recommend those. Then I bought the Mineral Fusions Mineral Fusions, and by the way, it says Minerals on a Mission. Instant color for eyes, cheeks, lips. It's a creamy, blush-free application, brush-free application. That's what it looks like. And you can see it's a rosy, almost bronzy color. Actually, the color is called terracotta. The only way I've used this is on my cheeks, and I need to do a little bit better there, but I do have this on today. Have it on today, so. Okay, so those were the new products that I've purchased this month, this past month, this little small haul. And I think, I haven't tried the mask yet, but the makeup and the little blush, they're really nice. This, I would not repurchase, so hopefully this is going to go back. Let's talk now about what I've been using this past month. And every single one of these products I absolutely adore. I told you that I had been using these foundations, and I really do like them, but something told me to pull out my old Bareminerals Classic Mineral Foundation. I have not really used this since I started my YouTube channel, and I don't know why, because I had used Bareminerals, the original powder foundation or mineral foundation. I think this is not really considered a powder, it's crushed minerals. But I had been using this since Leslie Blodgett first brought it to QVC, and that's probably been 17 or 18 years ago. I happened to see her when she made her very first appearance on QVC. And when she presented the first kit and explained how this worked, I purchased it. And I started wearing it. Now, for any of you who have ever used Bareminerals, you know that there is a learning curve to it. So I would practice and practice and practice. And I got it, the buffing all down to where I really did like it, and I was comfortable with it. And it was within a couple of weeks of that, I met all of my girlfriends for lunch one Saturday. And when I walked in the door, almost all of them sort of at the same time said, "Patty, what have you done to your skin? Your skin looks beautiful." And I had to stop for a minute, and then I realized it was my Bareminerals. And I told them about Bareminerals, and a couple of them ordered it and still use it today. So this was all I used until I started my YouTube channel. And it was all I used. I got compliments on my skin all the time. I will say that you guys here on YouTube are super sweet. But you realize that what you're seeing here is through a camera's lens. There's lighting all around me. That all makes a huge difference in the way those of us who are content creators here on YouTube, it makes a huge difference in how we look. Unless we're babies, we just do not look this way in our real lives. But since I have stopped wearing this, other than when I've worn the Laura Mercier Mineral Powder Foundation, that would be the only foundation where anyone has ever complimented me on my skin. The creams, the liquid foundations, the cream to powders, the It's Celebration foundations, nothing has anybody said anything to me in real life, gosh, your skin looks great. Except when I've used this and then the Laura Mercier, which I still have an unopened container of the Laura Mercier because I had a backup. Laura Mercier is not cruelty-free. So I may see if I can return that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but if I can, I will. But I pulled out my Bareminerals, and I wear almost year-round medium beige. So, and I have been using this again. Would you believe I have been getting compliments on my skin in real life? In real life. So, why would I ever change? Why would I ever change? And I pulled out the flat kabuki from Beauty Junkie that I showed y'all recently. This foundation brush or flat top brush is perfect with the Bareminerals. Basically, I just put some Bareminerals in the lid, just a very small amount, swirl it around, tap it off, and I usually dot it, and then I start buffing, and I buff it into my skin. And I heard once, a long time ago, that the reason this works is because the buffing of the product warms it up and heats it, and the buffing of the product on your face warms it up, and it becomes a cream-like texture. So I've heard that's why this works so well. I know many of you don't like Bareminerals. I know some of you have tried it and said it settles in your fine lines. I've heard that about it. For me, not any more than anything else I put on my face. So I have really been using and falling in love again with my Bareminerals. Along with it, I'm using my Rare Minerals Healthy Radiance, and I have the color of this written on the top, but that's what the color is, Healthy Radiance. And this is almost like a bronzer, and I use just a tiny bit of this on something like this and do it for blush many days, and then what's left I go all over my face and neck, and it just really gives me a pretty glow. And also when I get darker and this becomes a little bit too light, the Healthy Radiance warms it up completely. So I have been loving that again. Now for concealer, Laura Geller, please consider going cruelty-free. This is probably my all-time favorite concealer. It's the Real Deal Concealer by Laura Geller. I will say that sometimes this separates and you really have to do some massaging and shaking of the tube before you actually take any of this out, and it only takes just a pinhead size to cover a huge area really well, and this is the medium. So I've been using that a lot. For my eyes, Bareminerals again. This is my favorite all-time color of eyeshadow. I have used this since I started using Bareminerals. It is the Black Pearl. It's purple. If I could only ever own one eyeshadow, it would be Black Pearl from Bareminerals. I have to buy it on eBay. But I always have had a backup of this. I put all of my Bareminerals away and I'm just rediscovering it. And I'll show you how much I love this color. Something else I've been using, and it was before I pulled this out, were my two Milani palettes. The first one is 01 Must Have Neutrals. And I generally, it doesn't list the name of the colors, but this is the color that I use on my lower lid, over my eyeball, and under my brow I use this color. The black, sometimes I will use as eyeliner. You can see the others haven't been used. I love those eyeshadows. The second one is the 04 Plum Basics. And you can see I have really been using these. I've had these palettes maybe 2 or 3 months. And I always wear this one and this. And sometimes I use a little bit of pink right under the arch of my brow as a little bit of highlighter. And I've used this one too. And I tell you, in a pinch, these brushes work really well. So, love both of these. For eyeliner every single day, I've used the Supreme Kohl Kajal, or Kajal. It's black. Ooh, I'm running out. Every single day. For mascara, I'm using my Wet n Wild. They are cruelty-free. The Milani is cruelty-free. The Mega Volume and the Mega Impact. I use these together. One is to, the orange one is to thicken and the yellow lengthen. So I use those two together. And then on my lips, I cannot tell you what this is. It's a, I think this is the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour. I've got my, you know what? For the first time in forever, I can see with this magnifying glass, if I get that a certain way, it looks like it says L402. The color on this end with a doe foot. The other end is the little lip gloss. Love this, wish they were cruelty-free. And then to top it all off, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but I'm on my third one of these. This is by Pixie by Petra. It's called Glow Mist, Glow Mist with Propolis and Argan Oil. It says Nourishing Hydrating Protective. And you can use this before makeup. It hydrates, protects, and nourishes. After makeup, it sets a dewy finish and protects. Anytime refreshes makeup, hydrates, and adds glow. Shake to mix it, close your eyes, and mist over your face and neck. And this is cruelty-free. And you can see. Shake it. I use it as a finishing touch. Now, usually I cover my eyes. Number one, it's super cool. It gives me just a little glow. I love this. I always use it afterwards, after I've completely finished my face. A couple of times I've tried it as a primer before I apply my makeup, but I really do like it after. I just love it. I don't think it does anything but maybe give my skin a little bit of a glow. Keeps it from looking dry. Those are makeup. I have really two other things to show you that I found by accident. And a quick little story. I was out shopping one day and I wound up in Marshall's. And I walked over to the shoe department and I was looking at shoes and I saw a cute pair and I thought, I'll try them on. I pulled my size out. I put the shoe down on the floor to put my foot in it, and when I did, I realized that the fronts of my legs, my shins, were flaky. I had forgotten to put any lotion on my legs, and for some reason, my skin just looked awfully dry. And I still had some shopping to do, and I'm going, there is no way. I mean, I hope people didn't see this. Now, trust me, I know there's no one down looking at my legs. No one probably saw it, but I knew what they looked like. So I walked straight back to Marshall's where all the skincare is and started looking for what I could purchase right then and get on my legs. And I saw this, and let me put my glasses on. It's by Pacifica, cruelty-free, and it's called Dry Roll-On Rich Body Oil. And this color was Tangerine Dream, or this fragrance. And it unscrews, and it's just a big roller ball. And it's just an oil. And you just rub it in. I popped this open and bent down and rubbed my legs with it, standing right there in front of the skincare area in Marshall's. Obviously, I paid for it, but the next time I was in Marshall's, I looked to see if they had any other flavors or scents, and they did. They had Jasmine Moon, and they're both just really nice fragrances. I've used these on my legs, I've used them on my arms. I generally keep one of them in my handbag so that if I'm out and about and find myself in that situation again, I know that I can fix it. I really do like these. If you use too much, it could be greasy. I love these, especially in the summertime. Very moisturizing. Someone told me many, many years ago that dry skin doesn't tan, and I truly believe that. I think it's so important that we keep our skin moisturized. I suppose that's it. This is my little small haul from Whole Foods, and you've seen what I have been using day in and day out this past month in the way of makeup. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to go out and be kind to someone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.